Good morning, folks. You're tuned to Car Connection, where the coffee's strong, the stories are real, and the wrenches never stop turning. I'm your host, Niall Motormouth Jenkins, coming to you from the Car Connection workshop, where the smell of fresh oil, little elbow grease is all part of a balanced breakfast here. And around here, we don't just talk cars, we live them. Whether it's a 25-year-old Jeep Wrangler getting a second chance at life, or a Nissan Rogue getting its brakes back in order. It could even be a mystery leak that's got everyone scratching their heads. This is where we roll up our sleeves and get it done with a little wit, little wisdom, and a whole lot of fun. Car Connection isn't just about nuts, bolts, and diagnostics. It's about connection. Connection to your vehicles, to the people who drive them, and to the community that keeps Niagara rolling. Because when you fix a car, you're not just turning a wrench. You're restoring someone's confidence, freedom, maybe even their sanity. We're here every week, Monday through Saturday, for the Motormouth Morning Drive at 8 a.m., helping you keep your ride safe and reliable and ready for whatever road lies ahead. So whether you're a weekend wrencher, a daily commuter, or someone who just wants to understand what that strange rattle really means, welcome aboard. Stick around for some shop talk, a few good laughs, and maybe even a flashback story or two. That's if you hear these weird noises, that's just me. That's all. It's not janitorial or anything. It's just you and me. So if you're in the drive-thru this morning, happy Tuesday. Man, time is really scooting along. Before we know it, the summer will be halfway gone. So let's make sure that we're busy doing things to spend time with family and friends and get outdoors and enjoy the beautiful sunshine and get involved in things that are going on. There's always something going on somewhere. So don't be a couch potato. Get out there and do stuff. Be creative. Pack the car, go and have a picnic somewhere. Those are all the things that don't cost a whole lot of money, and you can have some of the best times ever. But if the car lets you down, the whole thing sucks. I just had to get that in there this morning. So, we depend on our automobiles so much, don't we? And I've always liked to say, many people just disrespect their automobile, and we've all done it, and you take it for advantage that it's always going to be there, it's always going to start, it's always going to run, and it's never going to need even a trinket of work to keep it going. And then you wake up from the dream. Yeah, that's right. Then you wake up and you smell the coffee brewing, you're going, oh yeah, I gotta go to work. Well, anyways, let's see if I can bring a little sunshine to your day this morning. So thanks for stopping by the Motormouth 8 a.m. morning drive right here on all the podcast platforms, wherever you're pulling your podcast from. Just search Car Connection Workshop and you will find us there. The homepage of our website carries everything you'd like to follow the build and repair work we do and connect with our program partners. Everything is there. All the platform links are there. Top right-hand corner. We've got our YouTube channel that's really growing, taking off. And it takes a lot of commitment. And so I thank you to all of you who are supporting us. If you're not subscribed, take a moment to do that. That really helps us a lot. And so from Skippy and I, we appreciate all that you do to support us. If you want to throw a few shekels at us, we do have a donation page set up on buymeacoffee.com/Motormouth Nile, Nile, and we thank you for that. Whatever you can do to help us to continue to build the videos and produce the podcasts and grow, we'd really appreciate it. So all the links, top right-hand corner of our homepage at carconnectionbusinessnetwork.com. That's CCBUS is in Sam, net.com. And again, in the description boxes for our YouTube videos and our podcasts, I take care of all of that. So I make sure there's more than enough nuggets in there for you as well to learn a few more bits and pieces about your automobile and how you can take better care of it. But most of all, I give you all the contacting information readily available to you. How to email me, how to get to our website, how to get into our online merch store. And just a reminder, when you buy anything out of our online merch store, all the proceeds go to Total Freedom Addiction Campuses in Canada and U.S. Skippy and I want to do everything that we can to help change another life. So you're welcome to come along and join us by doing that. Just simply purchasing something in our online store helps us to get that next person that's ready to say goodbye to whatever addiction it is, get their life back and get their life back in order properly. So thank you to all those who are doing that. Again, don't forget to like, share, follow, subscribe on our YouTube channel, and the links to our Instagram, Facebook, Stevensvilleontheweb.ca. We have a big weekend coming up, Saturday the 6th of June. Man, I can't even believe I'm saying that already. It seems like it just turned over yesterday. 6th of June is Springfest in downtown Stevensville at Memorial Hall. You won't be able to miss it because the place just basically comes alive. And there's all kinds of things going on at Springfest. And this year, Skippy got me voluntold for the dunk tank. So I'm going to hold her completely responsible for my body forming a ginormous human goosebump. Yeah. So stick around for that. If you're in the area, stop by. Just look for the yellow FJ Cruiser and the dunk tank, and you'll find yours truly freezing to death. Bring me something warm to drink. That'll be great. So lots of things and events are starting to kick off. So get involved, get out there, and do something. And that's what brings me to this. With your automobile, you got to do something. And this morning's topic is learning the dynamics of owning and operating an automobile, and all age groups of automobiles set aside. It doesn't matter if it's new, 3 years old, 8 years old, or like some of my own, the FJ is going to be 20 years old in July. 20 years old. And you can have a chance to see that on our YouTube videos. I just reversed it around yesterday. It's got one more area that needs evaluation, and then it's ready for the entire summer, and that's the rear brakes, making sure everything in the back now is good. So that's where we're at. It'll be wheels off sometime today and have a looky-see inside and make sure everything is as it should be. If there's any indicators that are indicating something's going awry, you want to get into it. You certainly don't want to ignore it, because that's when $200 repair jobs turn into $5,000 repair jobs, and you don't need to go there. So today I'm going to teach you 5 things about learning the dynamics of owning and operating an automobile. It doesn't matter what size you are, what color you are, what age group you are. If you're the one that's in charge of the automobile, then you've got to have a game plan. If you want to keep it, it's like anything else. You've got to have a game plan. Or if you've got lots of time to trade for money, the home to work thing, then don't listen to me. But this program is dedicated to those who want to really learn more about the dynamics of owning and operating an automobile so that you can save money and have a lot less stress. So you're in the right place, because I have 44.5 years of experience as a fully licensed, qualified automotive technician, and my licenses are right up to date. This is what I do. This is what I've been involved in since I was 13 years of age, and I love it. And there's days, probably just like you, your job kind of sucks a little bit, with a K, T-S. Yeah, a little more emphasis on that. Sometimes it is. There's going to be times when you don't like your job, and times when you do. And if you have a job right now, we really need to be truly grateful and thankful for all things always. So let's jump right in this morning. If you're just scooting through the drive-thru, you probably got your order. Make sure you always check it. People make mistakes. And I noticed just yesterday I had to do a couple of errands on the road, things that had to get taken care of by my person. I'm seeing these signs in drive-thrus, on store windows, that they won't tolerate angry people and the customers are not allowed to verbally abuse our employees. And I'm going, it wasn't just one place. Yesterday, 3 places that I went to, I see this sign right by the door. And I'm going, what on earth is going on out here? Are people blowing a gasket that's not replaceable? I don't know. You tell me in the email. Send me an email. motormouth.jenkins@gmail.com. And all that information is always in the description box. What is going on out there, folks? When you see signs like that, I've never seen them before in my 44 years as a tech. We never had that on our shop window back when we opened the shop in 1991. 91. We opened in 91. We never had a sign like that on the window, just letting you know, hey, we won't tolerate blah, 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 blah. I'm just like, wow, this is a different planet we live on. Well, let's have a swiggy together. If you're joining us for the first time, welcome aboard. We're here Monday through Saturday. Fridays are fun Fridays. And if you want to get a question specifically answered by my person, on Saturday mornings, I do a full 1-hour question and answer, Q&A. But your questions need to be into the hopper by noon on Friday. So that's the cutoff time, so it gives me enough time to sift the questions and select 3, the trifecta. I only have time for 3, and I don't give you just a fluffy answer. I give you a real in-depth look to your question, because that's what's important. No one needs just some fluff. Let's get down to what it's going to take to get it taken care of. So again, Fun Fridays. By noon is cutoff time for your questions to come into the hopper. Saturday is 8 a.m. Q&A with Motormouth. So our Motormouth Morning Drive on Saturday is 1 hour. You can always email me throughout the week. I do check email every single day. I think it's most of the time by the hour. It's Niall@ccbusnet.com or motormouth.jenkins@gmail.com. So we count it down. Your favorite beverage, raise it up, 3, 2, 1. We give thanks to one of our program partners for providing this podcast to you this morning. Our certified financial planning professionals, my brothers from Other Mothers, Tony Miele and Larry Tetro, combined have 50 years experience with IG Wealth Management, one of the major corporations in the world managing trillions of dollars. So whether you have $1 or no dollars, or lots of dollars that aren't working for you, get your questions answered. So if you want clarity brought to your situation, this is how you can do it. Whether it's investment portfolio, you're carrying some debt that's weighing you down, you don't have any estate planning taken care of, and I was just dealing with some of that yesterday, actually, some changes. And yes, if you have kids at home, 18 years or older, you need to find out how you become the American term, from what I was told yesterday, is called a health proxy. That means that you need to be in charge of making decisions what happens to them, your kids, if something strikes their health. So if you don't have that all put together, then chances are that doctors are not going to take your strategy for your child. So you want to make sure that you are their health proxy. That's what it is in the Americas, but I can't remember what she said it is in Canada, but it's the same thing. You need to make sure you have that. If you have children living under your roof, 18 years or older, you need to have that taken care of. If you need a mortgage or life insurance, critical illness insurance, they have all that available to you. Put your wallet away and your purse. You're not going to need it for that hour and a coffee discovery meeting. It's complimentary. And that's an opportunity for you to bring a lot of clarity to your circumstances. And I know I spend a little time on this area of finances, and the reason being is everything kind of hinges on it, doesn't it? How you're going to buy that next car, how you're going to fix the car that you currently have, and if you have more money than more month than money, it should be the other way around, where you have more money than month, but many are not. About 78% of the Canadian population is $200 or less from bankruptcy. So our fellas are there for you to sit and listen, and you get an opportunity for an hour and a coffee at no cost. And, whether it's by Zoom, by phone, in the boardroom, in a box with a fox, just get it done. And so thank you to Tony and Larry. They're my personal financial planners. I've known the guys for 20 years. These guys are two of the best in all of Canada, and they're very humble. So take advantage of their knowledge, and hopefully and get some weight off your shoulders. That's what I think these signs about, these establishments are not going to allow you to abuse and cuss out and act unresponsibly, I should say, or like an idiot, and people that are just working there. And I've been seeing this for a while. I had a lady have a meltdown in the grocery store just because I said to her, "Oh, you can go ahead of me with the cart. I don't have a bus to catch." And I says, for another time, let me tell you, it's getting to the point where you don't even want to look at people. But anyways, that's why I like automobiles. They don't talk back. They don't get sassy, and they don't flip the bird at you, and they certainly don't use curse words other than fault codes. So let's have that swiggy. That was a long round and back on 3, 2, 1. Let's take it down the hatch. 3, 2, 1. Oh, yeah. I don't know about you, but allergies this year kind of kicking my butt a little bit. So if I kind of sound funny for a second, it's because things are just happening. I want to cough. I want to sneeze. I want to wheeze. I want to pass out. Not quite. Well, thank you to Niagara Block, Kathy, Dave, and Dan Grimo, Next Generation at Niagara Block, 5000 Montrose Road, Niagara Falls. They've been building Canada since 1931 with building supplies. They make all the blocks there. So when you see buildings, they may have made the blocks for that building. So if you're looking to create a hardscape landscaping, that oasis in your yard, that place where you can escape to and just kind of chillax, you know what I'm talking about? We have a back porch here, and I'll tell you, we got a little table out there, and it's just nice in the summer to just go there. I go there in the early morning, read a book, and have a cup of coffee before the day starts, and everybody gets up. And it's just, you know what, you can't put a price tag on that. So if you're looking to create that backyard space or an English walkway, they can do all of that, provide all the products, and refer you to a contractor that can get the job started, estimated, and get it done for you. That's Niagara Block, 5000 Montrose Road, Niagara Falls. Bringing us today's weather, 48 degrees right now, mostly sunny. It feels warmer, about 49. Partly cloudy conditions from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. with mostly cloudy conditions expected at 1 p.m. Today's temperature range from 46 to 73 here in the Niagara region, south shores of Lake Erie. Going to feel more like 46 degrees to 72 degrees. So today's high expected is 73. So we are really starting to tighten things up to be able to do the 30-day fuel savings challenge. So hang in there. If that's something you're interested in, I need to see who my players are going to be so that I can cheer you on. So when we get the ball rolling, I can be here for you to answer questions and get you on track. How would you like to put an extra $100 back in your savings account? That's $1,200 in fuel savings for a whole year. If you have 2 cars, you could make that $2,400. But if you have the guts to do the second 30-day challenge, fuel savings challenge, you could possibly bring $200 a month in fuel savings. And how do I know it works? Because I've been doing it for a long time, a very long time. So let's jump into our topic this morning and tear it down, because I can't be here all day. It's not the shopping channel. But there's so much to talk about, and I wish I could put you in my head for a few minutes, but you'd probably have to go for some kind of treatment afterwards. Learning the dynamics. And the five things that I wanted to tell you about this morning that kind of tie in with that is, could you do without your vehicle for 30 days? How about 60 days? How about 90 days? Well, we could be heading in that direction with the shortages of automotive technicians. And whether that's in light truck and passenger vehicles or heavy equipment, like I worked at Mack Trucks in Peterbilt of Ontario. I really like the big rigs. It's not a whole lot of tinkering. It's just a whole lot of slugging. But everything's big, and you can access it. On cars, it seems more like tinker, 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 that kind of thing. So, yeah, number one, to avoid that 30, 60, 90 days without your car, could you imagine what the household would look like? You would probably have to put one of those signs on the door outside, we're not taking any verbal abuse, blah, 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 blah. Take it somewhere else, right? General vehicle maintenance. It gets no more difficult than that. General vehicle maintenance. So if your vehicle were a pet, you would probably take it in for a periodic checkup. Something even better than that as an analogy is dental. If you ignore your mouth health, at some point you're going to get some not so good news reported about what's going on in your mouth. So the longer you leave it, things don't self-heal, you're going to have more and more complications. Cars are exactly the same way. If we just ignore it, it's going to go away, right? Like a toothache. When does it go away? After you've suffered about 10 days to get to an appointment, and the night before, the toothache disappears. But you've suffered like a gooby for 10 days. Yeah. You've suffered for 10 days, night and day, with a pounding in your mouth, and then the night before your appointment, it all goes away. And all that could be avoided by simply having a checkup at least twice a year. I've always had my checkups spring and fall, just so that I'm on track. And this spring was not so good. I didn't have a very good dental winter. I'm just going to leave it at that. But general vehicle maintenance is number one, is where we need to start. And that is just taking care of the basics. And number two, it's not complicated. We complicate it. As human beings, we really need to adapt to the term KISS. K-I-S-S. Keep it super simple. Or a professor once said, keep it simple, stupid. Yeah, I thought that was good. Because sometimes we can be pretty stupid. It's true. We need to be told things over and over and over again. And the automobile is no different. 44 plus years as a tech, I could write a book on some of the common things. When you neglect the automobile, don't be surprised when it bites you back really hard because of neglect. So one, general vehicle maintenance. You've got to track it. Number two, it's not complicated. We complicate it. That's why I designed and redid and revamped my car connection maintenance schedule. And it's so easy to use, you would laugh at it. But if you don't have if you're not tracking your general maintenance, how do you even this is my point. I don't even know how you figure it out when the vehicle needs to be repaired, other than when something seriously goes wrong with it, panic sets in. And then all of a sudden, somebody's got to pull the handbrake on this earth we're spinning on because your car down. And you need it. And that's when you realize, how am I going to get this, plus this, times this, done this week without my car? And that's what I would hear as a technician from you. People just like you. And I'd have to listen to all this and while my head's spinning, and I think I need like 3 double espressos to come out of the coma that you just put me in, telling me everything that you got to get done, when I'm thinking I just got to get this car in here and see what's going on and get it fixed. Because is what I'm hearing is that you can't do without the car. So general vehicle maintenance is where it all starts, is having a track record and having services and appointments set up to keep that car rolling and keep it healthy. And especially the vehicle that's in good shape, older or not, that's in the driveway and it's paid for, you got yourself a gem, especially in the economy that we're in right now. And this would be my 3rd round of a recession. In fact, I opened our business on the Hamilton Mountain just coming out of the 80s recession, where interest rates were 17.93%. That's right, 17.93% for a mortgage. Hello, I had one at the time. Yeah, you're paying more interest than principal. And so now we're back in it, and we need to make sure that we're doing everything we can do. So when you're out there trading time for money, it's not what you make, it's what you keep, folks. That's what we got to work on. It's not what you make, it's what you get to keep. And the car doesn't need to break the bank. And especially if it's paid for, you're not making principal and interest payments every single month. Because that's where you got to get out there and, heaven forbid something happened to your employment, because that changes in a hurry. I'm hearing how much people are paying for one vehicle in the household per month, and I'm going, I couldn't sleep with that. No way. $1,500 a month payment to drive what? I don't care what it is. I'll go to the U-Pull-It wrecking yard and pull out a beauty and fix it, put $5,000 into it, and bring it up to speed and carry on soldier before I'm doing $1,500 a month and out there trading time for money. If that's you, man, I feel for you huge. But that doesn't have to happen. It's just the media, it's the marketing, it's the talking heads that tell you otherwise. Oh no, that's old. You're going to throw parts at it. Well, too bad. Once you're out of warranty, you're going to be throwing parts at that car anyway. Or are you just going to you drive it into the ground? This program is not designed to help that person, because a man convinced against his will is of his own opinion still. And I'll let you be right all day long. Just the other day, I made a comment on a freaking stupid, I don't know, I was on YouTube's, and I was watching one of my favorite channels, and I wanted to just put a brief comment in there. Oh my gosh, you would think that I freaking told the sky was falling. And it carried on. Like, this dude is like poking at me, and I'm going, don't poke the freaking bear, guy. If you want to be right, I just said to him, good night. That's all I did. GNITE. Make that as big or as small as you want. I'm out. So this program's not dedicated to someone who just wants to drive their car into the ground. You've got your system, play ball. This program is to help you understand your automobile, drive them as long as you want, pack as much mileage on the vehicle as you want, because mileage doesn't matter, maintenance does. Number 3, take control of your vehicle's maintenance. Don't leave it to someone else. Don't leave it to the service tech. He's not driving your car. You are. Okay, that's what you got to remember. Don't hand it off. That's the worst thing you can do. You need to take control. If you have kids at home, do you let the neighbor take control of their health and say, oh, that one needs to go for the dentist, this one needs to go for a checkup, blah, blah, blah? No, you're the mommy and the daddy. You're taking control of your kids' maintenance. Well, I know you don't want one more thing on your schedule, because I'm the same way. I have a PhD most of the time, and I'm looking at it this morning, and I'm going, I got to be in the dunk tank on Saturday, and I said to myself out loud this morning, bright and early, because I'm up at 4 a.m., I'm like, how am I going to get all this stuff done before I go into the dunk tank on Saturday? And you just got to figure it out. So, today I will draft a game plan to figure out how I'm going to get that all done and then implement the plan. That's it. I got to come up with a plan and then immediately implement the plan. That's taking control of your vehicle maintenance. And I've helped you with that by creating and redesigning the Car Connection fleet maintenance system, where it's all written down for you. All you have to do is post it up, read the 3 lines of instructions, and you'll laugh when you read them. But the most important part of it is you now have a game plan. So I've done all the legwork for you and created it. All you have to do is get it and post it and follow it. And there's no stress. Just follow the fleet maintenance schedule that I put together. That's what I use to look after hundreds of fleet vehicles in my career, because they don't like it if something goes back to their yard and it breaks next day. That will cause all of us that are working in the shops that I've worked at where we did a lot of fleet maintenance, that'll cost you, somebody's going to lose their job over that, because that means there's a good chance we'll lose the tender for those vehicles in that fleet next time it comes up. So can you miss something? Answer, no, we cannot. So that's how I designed a checklist at my own toolbox, at my station, so that I could follow that checklist and know when I get to the bottom of it, I've covered everything I needed to cover, and I didn't need to sweat it because it's all written down for me. So whether you're following a maintenance guide in your owner's manual, don't leave it in the glove box. Get it out where you can see it. It needs to be posted so you know what services you've already had done, what's coming next. So you've got to follow something in order to keep that automobile in top drawer condition, so you don't have to go trading time for money and buy another one. Keep it going. Keep it going. So that's number 3. Quick recap. Number 1, general vehicle maintenance. Number 2, it's not complicated. You can do this. You really, really can. I'll help you. Number 3, take control of your vehicle's maintenance. Now, number 4 is where you can get a little bit of relief on how to do that. You need to establish trust with your repair shop and your service tech. Can you trust the team there? If they tell you you need something on your vehicle, do you trust them enough to say, yeah, go ahead and do it? Yes or no? Right? You've got to have that trust. If you walk away after paying your bill and you think you've been ripped off, then you're in the wrong place. Either A, you're not speaking up and saying something and getting them to answer questions of things that are on your work order, on your RO, your repair order, or you really don't trust the team in the shop where you're taking your car. And if that's the deal, then you got to go shopping for another place to take your automobile where you know when they call you and say you need this, this, and this, they're not selling you a bill of goods. And when you pay your invoice, you're not walking away thinking, did they take advantage of me on the bill? And that's where I always say this. Not one of our customers left our shop on the Hamilton Mountain without me going through the invoice with them line by line. And then I would put the information on there. For most of the time, it was the ladies bringing the car in. So we came up with ways to do show and tell, and then sending the parts in a toter in plastic bags home with the lady of the house so that hubby could look and see, and then just bring the toter back to us so that we can deal with whatever has to be sent back for a core charge. So we did everything from our side of things to make sure we answered their questions. Are there any other concerns? Is there anything else you'd like to ask? Anything on the work order that you don't understand, so that I can answer those questions? Because here's what we know. The ladies bring the car into the shop. Why the fella's not doing it, I don't know. That's none of my business. But fellas, step up to the plate on that. Because when the ladies get home, the fellas would drill them with questions. Well, why did they do that? Well, how do you know if that's a great deal? And then we'd get a call and the lady's all upset. Oh, my husband wants to know why you did this and that. Well, where is he? Send him down to the shop. Why isn't he bringing the car in? Because we knew the ladies were getting that at home, because we'd find out the next time they came in. My husband wasn't really happy about me telling you to go ahead and do this and that on the car, and boy, did I ever get it when I got home, and it turned into an argument. We heard that all the time. So that's where somebody in your household has to take control of your vehicle maintenance. Number 4, you got to establish the trust between you, the shop, and the service tech. And lastly, number 5, when you do 1 through 4, take care of general vehicle maintenance. It's not complicated. Take control of your vehicle maintenance yourself and keep it well monitored. That will keep repair bills down. And you have an established shop and service techs that you trust. Number 5, the results of doing 1 through 4 will pay off big time. You will see the fruits of your labor on that. It's time well invested. That's how you keep a car or a vehicle of any kind long term. I've just given you the 5 biggest nuggets I could pull out of my gold nugget bag. Those are the 5 best nuggets ever. Master those 5 things, and you've got what I call the 5-step pattern to keeping a vehicle long term. That is what I call my 5-step pattern. General vehicle maintenance. It's not complicated. Take control of your vehicle's maintenance yourself and not leaving it to anyone else. And 4, establish a trust with a repair shop, a reputable repair shop with qualified service technicians that you can trust. And number 5, you'll enjoy the results with peace of mind vehicle maintenance. And for doing the 4 things and learning this 5-step pattern will pay off big time. You won't be out there trading time for money and making principal and interest payments on a brand new car that's going to be worth pittance by the time you pay it off. That is the truth. They don't appreciate, they depreciate. And the more neglected at that time of trade-in, or you're going to resale it or whatever, you're losing big. You've already lost really big money. On a vehicle that's already paid off, who cares what it's worth curbside? If it's a $500 car, $1,500 car, do you know what it's worth when it's paid off and it's maintained? It's invaluable. Invaluable. My neighbors will tell you I drive them nuts because I'm always moving vehicles around. Because why? They're on a maintenance plan. That's why yesterday it's Monday. Rotate vehicles around, ready to do the next sets of videos and get these vehicles through the shop and get the work done. That's what the videos show you on our YouTube channel. What it is, where it is, how it works, how it breaks, and how you can avoid those major repair bills. So I'm going to leave you with that this morning and say thank you to our good friends. If you're looking for an automobile, you, a family member, friend, coworker, you can send them with confidence, 100%, to meet our friends Earl and Louise Grant, husband and wife team, over 20 plus years in the resale auto business, selling low mileage quality vehicles at fair prices. And they have the resources to find them. And Earl will not bring anything back to their resale lot that is somebody else's junk. So they don't sell any junk there. They're Greater Toronto Area's premier pre-owned auto store. So buy with confidence and be treated with nothing less, with honesty and integrity. That's why they've been with us for over 7 years. They fill a gap that is very hard to find, and that is a safe place where you can buy an automobile. In-house financing and leasing, and I'll tell you what, Mama Louise will not let you walk out the door car broke without a conversation and say, hey, maybe take a look at something less. It may not be what you really want to drive, but based on the economy, this will see you through in the long run. So till tomorrow, make it a great Tuesday. Sun is shining here on the south shores of Lake Erie and the Niagara region. Take it all in and enjoy it. Kids will be out of school very, very soon. And that's when everything changes. It sure does. The car gets really, really busy. So we'll see you tomorrow morning for another Motormouth Morning Drive. Remember, everything you need to connect with us is on the home page of our website at carconnectionbusinessnetwork.com. The biggest drawer we've made available to you in our toolbox. So see you tomorrow morning. Peace, patience, and kindness, and happy, healthy motoring, friends. Bye for now.